One, it's necessary. Number two, it helps us appreciate what we have even more. Because the image that Islam has is a complete lie. Islam gives the image that is a tolerable, religion of tolerance. They appreciate everyone, they accept everyone, they appreciate women, they publicize a picture of a man, a Muslim man and a woman, as if they're lovey-dovey. But the truth is far, far, far from where they are. And I'll give you some examples. I'll give you some more examples that I haven't spoken about before. The historian Philip Hittite noted the notorious example from the 9th century and said as follows: the Caliph Al-Mutawakkil in the year 850 and 854 decreed that Christians and Jews should affix wooden images of devils to their houses, level their graves even with the ground, wear outer garments of honey color, meaning yellow, and put 2 honey-colored patches on the clothes of their slaves, and ride only on mules and asses with wooden saddles marked by 2 pomegranate-like balls on the cantle. Here you see the leaders of Islam throughout history showing how tolerable they are of others. Now, of course, none of this has changed. None of this has changed. In the 14th century, the pioneering sociologist Ibn Khaldun explained the options for Christians. It is for them to choose between conversion to Islam, payment of the poll tax, or death. This is teachings of Muhammad. The Syrian Orthodox Patriarch of Antioch, the chronicler Michael the Syrian, this is about 900 years ago, 850 years ago, recorded how crushing this burden was at the time of the Caliph Marwan. He says Marwan's main concern was to amass gold, and his yoke bore heavily on the people of the country. His troops inflicted many evils on the men, blows, pillages, outrages on women in their husbands' presence. V'amevin yavin. The payment of the jizya, this is the tax they give to anyone who's not Muslim, Jews, Christians, whoever, often took place in a peculiar and demeaning ceremony, meaning that even if you lived under Muslim rule, and you say, you know what, I'm not going to convert, but I'll pay your tax, leave me alone. I'll pay your tax, whatever you want, 50%, 90%, whatever it is, just leave me alone. No, it's not enough for them. The jizya has to be through a process. What's the process? The Muslim tax official hit the dhimmi, this is, either the Christian or the Jew, on the head or back of the neck. The dhimmi has to be made to feel, this is the teachings of the Triton. This is, the dhimmi had to be made to feel that he is an inferior person when he pays. He is not to be treated with honor. This ensured that the dhimmi felt subdued, as commanded by the Quran, chapter 9, verse number 29. Meaning, this is the teachings of the Quran. This is not like some crazy person and that's what he did. This is what the Quran says. That says that you have to subdue them, insult them, make them feel like they're zeros. The 12th century Quranic commentator, Zamakhshari, even directed that the jizya should be collected, quote, with belittlement and humiliation. This is what their teachers teach. That even if you're willing to live under the Sharia law, which a lot of foolish Americans think, oh yeah, we should have the Sharia law. They don't realize what's going to happen to them. Humiliation, belittlement. The 13th century Shafi, jurist, Anawani, said, quote, "The infidel who wishes to pay his poll tax must be treated with disdain by the collector. The collector remains seated and the infidel remains standing in front of him, his head bowed and his back bent. The infidel personally must place the money on the scales while the collector holds him by the beard and strikes him on both cheeks." And according to the historian Batyo, this blow, as part of the payment process, survived unchanged till the dawn of the 20th century, being ritually performed in Arab Muslim countries such as Yemen and Morocco, where the Quranic tax continued to be extorted from the Jewish people. Meaning, this has not gone away. Further, in Baghdad, when the Christians had to pay their debts or their the karaj, they were forced to sell their children to the Turks to cover it. In other instances, conversion to Islam was forbidden for the dhimmis because it would destroy the tax base. Meaning that even if, initially they say, listen, either convert or you have to pay a tax. They say, you know what? I'll pay the tax. They insult you, they beat you, sometimes kill you. Say, you know what? Fine, they'll convert. They'll convert, fine. Say, no, you can't convert. Why? We need the tax. So which one is it? Nothing, it's just animosity. It's just rule. Now, one of the things that's most common today is that people think that Islam is favorable to women until they actually enter and see what it really is. Because the Quran and the Islamic law treats women as nothing more than a possession of men, where it actually sanctions wife beating. It allows child marriage and virtual imprisonment of women in their homes. Temporary marriages, which in so many words is prostitution, which I'll explain in a second, and more.